Welcome back to Say No More Media. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We back. It's a lot of news going on. If you were in here earlier, they talked about Rob Livingston might be heading out. What else is new with CU? It's been a hell of a 2026. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. But without further ado, we got to get into this, bro. We got to see what's going on with Rob Livingston. The motherfucking saga. Whoa. Hold on. I didn't send none of that shit. Well, hold on. Give me a second. Looks like I gotta send. But yeah, today in today's video, we're gonna talk about Rob Livingston and what's going on with him, his latest situation. It's been a crazy turn of events with Colorado. We lost, Jordan Seaton, Taufik Bayard, Omarion Miller hit the portal. But at the same time, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to keep moving forward. We can't stop there. But at the same time, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to discuss. That looks nothing like Juju. I ain't gonna hold you. Don't come for me on that. Give me a second here. Bada boom, bada bing. Appreciate y'all being in here tonight. We got a lot to discuss, especially just with the overall chaos of the 2026 overhaul, the reload, whatever you want to call it. We got a new athletic director. We got a new DBs coach. We got Rob Livingston's out there still he's still thinking about he on the fence about what he's gonna do. New linebackers coach, new tight ends coach. It's a whole lot of new everywhere is what I'm saying. And that's exactly what we're going over tonight. Absolutely. Hold on, bro. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. So you can see this screen right here. That definitely doesn't look like Rick George, but it is what it is. So basically, this season started off, we went 3-9, 1-8, and then we seen Rick George step down. Fernando Lobo steps in as a new athletic director at the beginning of the year 2026. New athletic, he's only 37 years old, come over from the University of New Mexico. That's crazy because we got a whole lot of transfers coming over following him too. He has experience at Texas, Ohio State, Houston, and he was with the Jaguars organization. It's about bread. All this is about bread, bro. All this focus on revenue, fundraising, NIL strategy. And what did we just go through the season before? We just paid some people and we didn't get the right production. So what they do? They got Rick George up out of there. What up out the way? What's good? I hope you don't get replaced with Chris Marv. That's a good point. What up out the way? How you doing? Cam Duncan, no, Livingston ain't gone. I know he ain't gone, but he's on the fence about it. He's not gone yet. But I just wanted to bring you guys in to understand what it meant to hire Fernando Lobo and what it actually meant. His focus is revenue, fundraising, NIL strategy, budget, and NIL challenges ahead of the Big 12 era. We paid a lot of money to a lot of players and didn't get the results in 2025. Out goes Rick George, in comes Fernando Lobo, right? Boom. This is big money business going on behind the scenes, bro. All this money is supposed to be recuperated with money revenue for television, right? We got dropped down to like Saturday local news. It was no Fox, it was no CBS, it was no ESPN, it was no College Game Day no more, bro. With losing and what getting built, it demands change. So out with Rick George, in with Fernando Lobo. That's about budget, NIL, and revenue. All this is about money, bro. Don't ever get it twisted. College football is about that money. It's about that bread. It's about that chicken. What happened last season? We were still profitable as a program, but TV revenue, the games, the amount of eyes on the game, you make a lot of money from that. You recoup your bread. So that's how the money you pay out to these players in NIL and this collective money, we're expecting to recoup that on the TV deal on the back end. And if you ain't winning, you ain't on TV. They ain't showing you like that, right? So in comes Fernando Lobo to focus on our revenue, fundraising, and NIL strategy. That's why Coach Prime said it was the last supper. That's why he says the last time somebody comes here and gets paid the amount of money they got paid and we get the production that we got back. It just didn't match, right? It just didn't match, not at all. Now, let's look at our Big 12 schedule coming up, right? Our 2026 schedule, bro. Our first games is on the road, right? Week 1 out at Georgia Tech. We got Weber State at the crib. Then we go to Northwestern. Then we go to Baylor. And then we got Utah at the crib, right? And then we got Texas Tech at the crib as well. So if you're talking about strength of schedule, bro, I ain't going to hold you. They are trying to come for Colorado to begin the season, right? Say no more. Week 1, September 5th on the road at Georgia Tech, right? Week 2, Weber State at the crib. Then we got to go to Northwestern. Then we got to go to Baylor. And then we have Texas Tech as our 5th game at the crib heading into a bye week, right? So this is all imperative because not only did we finish at the bottom of the Big 12 in 2025, then our strength of schedule isn't as strong as some. It's up there as far as like who we're facing to begin the season, you know. So we're facing 11 Power 4 opponents, 2 Power 4 conference road games. We have to get on the road earlier in the season. Run, tell the series. Salute. What up, brother? Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate everybody being here. If you can hit the thumbs up, the channel memberships are available. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We do full Colorado Buffalo breakdowns 2 times a day. If you're looking for Colorado and you're looking for a full Colorado news daily, this is the channel for you. The chat is lit. Everybody has a voice here. If you feel like something, tap in. So, early predictions breakdown. Somebody has already came. I think that Sports Illustrated already came out and said 5-7 win total. Ain't no way we going 5-7. That's a good bout out. Reminder, it's still early, no official Big 12 yet, but there's certain articles that's came out that's already gave their early predictions, but we ain't going. But everything matters this season, bro. So that's why we're focusing. We're going to end the night. We're going to visit everything that's going on with Colorado up until this point, right? So the whole Sean Livingston news, him interviewing, that just goes, a lot of the stuff they keep close in-house, and then we hear it when the news breaks, but there's still incoming players coming in from the transfer portal. There's still players, that might, that they haven't hit the portal yet, but a lot of these things factor into 2026. The strength of schedule. We're 11 Power 4 opponents, 2 Power 4 non-conference road games, right? So the Buffaloes got to get through that early season grind, right? 3 of the 4 is on the road at Georgia Tech, at Northwestern, at Baylor. Revenge game versus Utah when they put the belt on us. You feel me? We got to get that right? So boom, moving right along. Now, what is going on with Rob Livingston? We've all heard the news, right? We've all heard the news. Rob Livingston, has interviewed with the Cowboys. Let me know if y'all can see the screen in the chat. Let me know how that looks. If the screen's looking good there. Great one. What's good? Northwestern got a new stadium. Got to spoil that. Yeah, let's go in there and put belt. Let's bring Ralphie to Northwestern and ride him out on the field. Pause. All right, so what we know. This is what we know about the Rob Livingston situation, right? Reported by ESPN's Todd Archer. Cowboys interview for a defensive staff role. Dallas is filling out the defensive staff under the new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker. Exact position has not been publicly confirmed yet as to what Rob Livingston has interviewed for with the Dallas Cowboys, right? So, of course, these are things we're going to keep our eye on. So, let's look at something what Rob Livingston has done here in the Big 12. His defense jumped to 43rd nationally in points allowed from 121st in 2023. So, that 2024 season, we went crazy, bro. I ain't going to hold you. We all know Rob Livingston came over from the Cincinnati Bengals staff, really was able to build his prowess on that 2024 season. Allowed 11.7 fewer points per game and 101.4 fewer yards per game when he took over in 2024, right? Livingston's safeties last year did horrible. Let him go. Right on, Shine. Yeah, so a lot of these coaches are still, they're ahead of the game too. He understands after the season last year, like I said, no matter what, this is still a rebuild going into 26. Anything after a 3-9 and 1-8 season is considered a rebuild. It doesn't matter the hype. It doesn't matter the star power that we have. It doesn't matter who our head coach is, bro. 3-9 and 1-8, everything is a rebuild. Everything after 3 wins, you rebuilt the season after what we did last season, right? So if you're looking at your future, you're Rob Livingston, your defense was pissed last season, gave up over 400 yards a game, over 200 yards rushing, over 200 yards passing, and over 31 points a game. Come on, bro. So he understands if this don't hit, if this don't work out for him, his resume is getting buried. So why take the risk? Why take the risk? If I could go use, look, if he can go preach and spill, hey, listen, 2025 was a down year. The portal didn't hit. The players didn't match my scheme. He's telling that to Dallas. He's telling Dallas all that. He's over there. I'm just saying, if you go, he's going to say, listen, you see my results in 2025 when I had BJ Green, Cameron Silman Craig. Those are 2 players in the National Football League. Travis Hunter, National Football League. 3 players in the National Football League. You see what my defense look like. Colton Hood, going to be a first-round pick this year. Nakai Hill-Green should be a 3rd or 4th-round pick, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th-round pick. So he's basically pitching to Dallas. You seen what I did when I have the talent. I'm not the recruiting coordinator. That was on Phillips and them last season who they brought to CU. That ain't on me. So he pitching all this to Dallas. He trying to get, because this is a gamble, bro, because there's no guaranteed, and I keep it real on my channel, there's no guaranteed that everybody we brought in the portal is gonna produce winning season. That's what we believe as fans, and that's what I know what we're gonna go do. But he's thinking, what if something does happen? What if I come out and get belt for another year in 2026? Then my value goes down as the coach. So right now I might want to get out while the getting is good. That's my personal opinion. Allegedly, none of this reflects what Sean Livingston does. This is my personal opinion. That's why I'm like, oh, I see him what he's doing. He's trying to get ahead of it, which is perfectly okay, which is perfectly fine. It's not like Brennan Marion is in a different position. He's coming over for the first time to the Big 12. He has everything to prove. He's coming over from an FCS conference. Now, if Brennan Marion balls out, the offense gets 30 points a game. Now, Brennan Marion's resume is going up. Now the NFL is going to be calling for Brennan Marion. It's different for Livingston now. Livingston got a lot more to lose. Marion got a lot more to gain. You feel me? Because that losing season, Brennan Marion wasn't a part of that losing season last season. Last season, Brennan Marion went 7-5, led the Big Sky in points per game, and led almost the nation in rushing yards per game. These are 2 different storylines we're following here at Colorado. You feel me? Y'all kind of get what I'm saying about that? Belt season, regardless. Right on. Yeah, absolutely. You already know. But at the same time, you see coaches trying to get ahead of it, right? This looks nothing like Edge or Christian. Don't even mind that. But this is the word, right? We're all following, his story. He's transferring over from New Mexico State. Blockbuster transfer to Colorado, right? Sean River, CU, too good by a Saban tree defensive coordinator. Yeah, we tried that the first year in 2023. He was under the Nick Saban tree. I forgot what his name is. Bald-headed dude. I don't even know if he lasted the season. He might have lasted the season, but you're right, though. Some great defensive coordinators have come over from Nick Saban. Robbie J, what it do? So, there's big, huge news with Edger Christensen, right? He's rumored to have no eligibility remaining because of like the JUCO stuff, whatever was going on from there. But there is a hearing coming over in February. So Edger Christian is one of the most decorated players we signed in the portal. So this is very important. Edger Christian is a part of that defensive rebuild. And, so the NCAA grants waiver for 6 years of eligibility, right? But there's a catch with that. I don't know who this dude is and if he even looks like Ezra Christensen. I ain't going to hold you. Don't come for me, right? So he had 10.5 sacks, double-digit sacks, 14 tackles for loss, 81 tackles, 28 quarterback hurries. That's elite production, bro, coming over from New Mexico State. 4th highest graded defensive tackle lineman in the portal, right? Joins Colorado's defensive front as a major addition. This is huge. Edger Christian being eligible or not eligible, he's one of the most decorated D linemen we got coming to revamp a horrible defensive line last year. I don't care what nobody say. Horrible. If you guys are in here, if you can hit that like button too and hype this video up, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up as well. But no, so the situation going on with Edger Christensen is basically he's been granted temporary like eligibility. Colorado signed him, right? But he still has a hearing coming up in February. I ain't gonna lie, this is really huge, bro, for us. I ain't gonna hold you. I know that's not. It looks crazy. All right, don't come for me for that. I don't create the whole pictures right there. That's a light-skinned dude. It looks wicked. I ain't gonna lie. I agree with you on that point, right? That's not him. But still, the importance of Edgar Christensen getting here is what matters. Like him being able to come to yeah, this 2026 season has been a whirlwind, bro. From losing Jordan Seaton to losing Omarion Miller, Taufik Bayer, London Merritt, Alexander McPherson, the changes that we're having at the coaching staff, new cornerbacks coach, new tight end coach. This has been a whirlwind. I mean, they just put us through a whole year of like, bro, like say no more. We went through it as you feel me, Colorado Buffalo fans. And right now we can see we're still dealing with adjusting. We're still dealing with possibly some changes happening, at Colorado. So nothing is set in stone yet, bro. This 2026 season, people are still thinking about their job. Come on, too much. Ronald Coleman hurt the most. Stop it, bro. Salute to Ronald Coleman, but that ain't. Come on, hey, stop it, bro. I'm weak. Let me give you that. Let me. I gotta laugh at that one because that was crazy. Hey, salute to Ronald Coleman, bro. I hope he finds a level. He needs to go. He needs to go FCS and ball out. A lot of these guys, you go to a Power 4 conference and you get this elite training. You get to see what the Big 12 conference is like. Go FCS and ball out. Get your value, get your worth up, and then come back to Power 4. Come on. That's a no-brainer. And then we also seen Simeon Price signed with Oregon. If you follow Simeon Price's just his journey or whatever, he had a hard time getting out the portal last season. Colorado took a gamble on him. Averaged over 6.8 yards carry. Yeah, right on. Yeah, Sean. Simeon Price signed with Oregon. He signed with Oregon. This is his last year. This is it. He's used his medical red shirt. He's used his red shirt. He used every waiver he's had. This is it. So salute to Simeon Price. I really don't know why he dipped because we really could have used him. But again, with Fernando Lobo monitoring the NIL market and the value and the contracts and how much you're paying these players, I don't know if it was contract. I don't know if it was the go-go offense. I don't know if it was the incoming transfers. But Jaquil Smith and Damian Henderson III, and then Cam Newton coming out of high school, and then Richard Young. I think our running back group is still better. Do y'all agree? I feel like our running back group we got coming back was elite, especially if Dallin Hayden stayed. I didn't feel too much. Our running back group was lackluster last year, so I don't know why Price hit the portal. To keep it real with you, I mean Price was my starter. I ain't gonna hold you. Trackhawk, Price, Michael Welch. I love Damian Henderson's running style. Jaquil Smith, he's a fit piece. Richard Young has a lot of upside, but Simeon Price could have balled out at Colorado. I don't know if so. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was contract or why he decided to leave. You feel me? Yeah, my Oregon. I mean, they picked him up. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of what Oregon and Simeon Price ended up working out with, but at the same time, he gets to go to a league conference who gets a lot of coverage. Hey, he came in really unknown last season and make his way and led us in yards per carry. He could possibly do the same thing at Oregon. You feel me? But yeah, just this whole offseason, bro, has just been a whole whirlwind. So that's why I wanted to jump in tonight and tap in with y'all and just see, like, hearing this news about Robert Livingston is like, we understand, like, there's still people. Coach Prime really, like, there ain't nothing new, too. Like, so I don't want us to feel like Coach Prime didn't understand what was going on. Livingston probably kept it real because honesty is the best policy. He probably knows. And Coach Prime probably interviewed 2-3 defensive coordinators already. They're not going to get caught blindsided by none of this, bro. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of information we don't even know, but he probably understood this. He probably, hey, go get that bag, bro. Go do what you got to do. If Livingston can get back to NFL staff, hey, salute. But we just got to have the next defensive coordinator. Now, if Rob Livingston does end up leaving and we do have a new defensive coordinator, now we cooking. I ain't going to hold you because you got to have an elite defensive line for Rob Livingston's 4-2-5 defense to be elite, and you got to have lockdown corners, bro. You got to have corners who can play man. They don't need a safety over the top, so that way you can blitz, you can run your stunts, you can run your twists, you really dominate the line of scrimmage. He didn't have that last season, right? So it is what it is. So I don't really blame Livingston for trying to figure out. You gotta look and evaluate this year too. This is still a high risk, low reward in a sense, right? Lower reward is we come out, we have a above 500 season, we win 7, 8, 9, 10 games. The defense is okay. It's middle of the pack. It's not elite. They're not producing with 2024. Or you could go to the Dallas Cowboys and say, hey, 2025 led the Big 12s in sacks. I put four players in the league. This is my resume. Last year I had a down season. The acquisitions, the portals, the scheme, I didn't get the players that I needed or whatever. The talent didn't match the bag, whatever you want to say. And then, Dallas goes, all right, cool. Or you risk coming back this season because it is a risk. This is a football. Teams get better. I'm a huge Colorado fan, but teams get better too, bro. We aren't the only team that got better. We are not the only team that got better in the Big 12. And we were bottom of the Big 12 last year. Just keeping it a buck. Just keeping it a bean. So there's no surprises, bro. So there's no surprises. There's other teams who are just as good of us as us who got better coaching staff, better players, more money, more collective bargaining agreement, more bag to throw around. You feel me? So when Livingston's saying like I'm taking the risk of this defense has to work, and he's trusting players he hasn't even seen in person yet. This is the first time he's seeing them in a couple of days. You're putting all your faith in the whoever is in charge of the recruiting. You're putting all your faith in them, on these FCS transfer portal players that are with the Kurt Signetti approach. You're putting all your faith in that. Is Livingston, is he willing to risk that? Because it's no guarantee. Just off of I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Just off of them running sprints and conditioning and lifting weights. That still doesn't, and their tape from last season at an FCS level, that still doesn't scream domination in the Power 4. It don't. What up, Cam Duncan? What's the word? Appreciate everybody being in here too, bro. If you can hit the thumbs up, appreciate everybody. Oklahoma State had a better transfer than CU. Utah is always nice. Everybody's getting better because they're understanding what it takes. They're understanding what it means to get better. And this, even with the hiring, Rick George getting fired and Novo coming in, was directly, allegedly, I always gonna say allegedly on here because I don't want nobody to come for me, but you spend that type of money last season that they spent and you get that type of production back versus the 2025 season, the money that they spent. We went 9-4. You feel me? Went to the Alamo Bowl. We put a Heisman Trophy winner, several people in the NFL. People want answers now. Now we got to go over the books. That's why Phillips is gone. Come on, bro. Phillips is gone. This is big money we talking about. This is a lot of money. This is millions, hundreds of millions of dollars we talking about, bro. For sure. So that's why everything is being, now Novo got his eyes on the program. Now Novo got his eyes on the portal. Now Novo got his eyes on the NIL, what the ticket sales are going to be, the risk versus the reward. Are we going to pay this player? What's the production we're going to get back? We paying all this cheese to go 3-9, 1-8. We handing out all this bread to go 3-9, 1-8. So the business part at Colorado, a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, bro, is pressure when it comes to like the logistics, the sales, the TV rights, the media deals. We need a superstar to get us back on TV. That's sales, bro. We need a storyline. We need a Travis Hunter. We need somebody playing two ways. It's never been done before. And he's actually going out there and producing. We need a quarterback who's the coach's son and who's you feel me, throwing his wrist about the crowd. We need a superstar. We need marketing. We need somebody who's the face. Who's the face of Colorado right now? Tell me. Juju? Juju's super young and he barely even talks. I'm just saying, you got to have that brashness. Like, who's the face? Who's going to put the tickets in the seats? After a 3-9, 1-8 season, who's going to put the tickets in the seats? That's real talk. Those are the things that get talked about behind the scenes. You feel me? Like, who are we coming? And last year, Caden Salter, no disrespect to that young man, it didn't even look right. It's like, he was already on a thin leash because of what happened with Shedeur. What Shedeur set the standard, bro. They set the standard. Shedeur and Travis set the standard. So I'm looking right now, Boo Carter, right? Boo Carter can be like, he's probably our highest profile incoming transfer that we had. He can be the face of the program. He's probably one of the highest graded prospect we had. Jordan Seaton was that. Jordan Seaton was the franchise. Yeah, the system itself, I get it. But the system itself has to be able to sell tickets. It has to get Boulder, has to be able to, last season, leaving early and all that. We got to have, that's why Georgia Tech game is so important, bro. Georgia Tech game is important. They got to come out because everybody's going to either be like, oh, see, bro, this is about to happen again. Or they're going to be like, Colorado's back. Everything they did was genius. The transfer portal move, letting go of every defensive player, completely revamping the defense. Omarion Miller, it's all good. Byard leaving, cool. Seaton going. Winning trumps all of that. Facts. This Boo Carter makes sense because he plays both ways. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Boo Carter lives up to his potential, we should be seeing him play on Sundays in 3 years. Prime is the face. Yeah, Prime is the face, absolutely. But what does that mean in 2026 as Prime being the face after last season? The players got to come out. Prime can't go out there and play. That's why I said we look crazy last season, because Prime ain't going to change, bro. He is who he been who he is since he came out the womb. He going to pop it. He going to look good, feel good, play good. That's his philosophy. You come out there, you look good. We doing our thing. We got the rappers on the sideline. We got, you know what it is at a Colorado game. That's who Prime is. You're right. He is the face. But the players got to go out there and give that's the only way this works, bro. That's a good point. That's a good point. But that's the only way this works, Run Tell series. If we go out there and get belt, then we look crazy. Because no, Prime ain't changing. He gonna be the same. He been the same since the womb. He gonna come out there and pop it. He expects his players to be Travis. He expects his players to be Cam, Jimmy, LeJontay. When you don't have them type of players, then it makes everything look crazy. Now we look like a hype team. Now we look like, oh, they just talk. They ain't got no backbone. And that's what all these coaches come in there and amp these players up with. Oh, these guys are for clicks. They're for this, they're for that. It was different in 2025. Because, yeah, we was for clicks and we was putting belt. But in 2024. But in 2025, if you ain't putting belt, but you still coming out with the boom box, we just being who we are as young college football players. It looked crazy. That's why the players got to go out there and be a reflection of the head coach. Drop 100 if you agree. It doesn't matter what Prime does, bro. If the players don't go out and represent, it don't matter. Boo and more, all the Prime gears on the clearance track. My niece goes see. Hey, bro, don't ever get at Prime like that, bro. We ain't got nothing on the clearance track. You crazy. He said all Prime's gears on the clearance track. Too much. You got me rolling right now, bro. There will be no Prime slander in here, bro. What you be? New Prime gear is coming. Yeah, for sure. Appreciate y'all being in here. If you can beat them thumbs up. Prime gear, full price online. Great one. Nah, that's the truth, though, bro. Y'all can agree. Prime can come out there and bring Randy Moss, Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, Denzel Washington done came and gave a speech. He can use all of his resources to motivate this team. You got to have hungry dogs that are going to go out there and put belt. It don't matter. Prime got 8 toes, bro. He can't go out there and do it no more. He can't. He don't have his son that ain't going out. He ain't got his son who ain't going to let him down at quarterback. He don't got that no more. So everything we rely on the transfer portal has to hit. It has to. This year particularly, that has to hit, bro. It has to work. Or, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you right now, this is year 4. Prime just signed his new contract, and this is coming from a real Colorado football fan. No, there ain't gonna be no smut on Colorado on my channel. I built this off the love of Colorado and everything, but I also keep it real. This season, you look at the schedule, bro. Look how they already trying to do it. They already trying to make it tough already. Think about it. A lot of these games we getting later on in the season when it's cold and it's raining and it's snow, that's all going to be built on the trenches. If you can run the ball, right or wrong. You ain't going to be able to throw the ball in November. We ain't throwing the ball no more in November. It's you running now, especially in Boulder, right? So we got to revamp them trenches. We got to revamp that O-line, the D-line. We got to be able to run the ball. That's why Prime brought in Marion. Come on now. He knows what's up. Bro, he ain't new to this. He true to this, bro. Trust me, bro. He ain't new to this. He true to this, bro. Literally, it comes because of experience. Yeah, I mean, he understands what it is. That's why he went out and got Brennan Marion, somebody who's going to bring something new that the Big 12 ain't seen no more. And they could run the ball, control the clock with the go-go offense is for players who if it doesn't matter who you have, it's for an offense to be able to move the ball. Now, you give him power forward pieces and who he got at receiver and everything, they cleaned up in the portal. Let's keep it real. Colorado cleaned up in the portal. The offense is going to make plays. The offense is going to put points on the board because of the offensive coordinator, the players who we got, and our returners got better too. We hungry. Everybody on offense that's coming back from last season got a point to prove, bro. I believe that. Now, where I'm going to keep it real at is the O-line coach who Gunner, I just miss what I miss from our O-line and D-line coach is the in-your-face. It's not nobody. It's not the scheme. The other man is whooping you accountability. I miss that load hard, that field load hard pause. I miss that Damian Lewis, bro. You see what Damian Lewis was able to do with them boys over in Miami. I miss that in your face, bro. I'm tired of the excuses. It's you. So I want to see more of that. Pecco's more of the reserve side. Sapp, he ain't going to be, he expects you to already be there, but I want some more rah-rah in your face. Now, the scheme and everything, they got to dial it up. But Brennan Marion ain't going to dial it up this year for sure. The Cats was rolling their eyes when Ray Lewis and Randy Moss was there. The new batch of players seem different. Yeah, bro. You like I said, you can bring in whoever. If you ain't got because people were checked out. They ain't fitting. They ain't that Coach Prime wasn't there to oversee. He really trusted whoever got brought in. It might not even been his. He was battling with cancer, bro. He wasn't there. Now you see people he's bringing in with character. They care about accountability, all that. So, yeah, bro, there a lot that went on with last year's team. Now we're climbing out of this. So we shouldn't even be talking about this, bro. After the season we had in 2024, this shouldn't even be a discussion. Last season was disgusting, bro. Belt season last season, bro. And I'm a real Colorado fan. I flipped this desk over 3 times, threw the remote, turned the TV off, went in the car and sat in there like paid in full, bro. Real talk. Like anybody say something to me at work tomorrow about Colorado, bro, it's over. Real talk. That's what they put on the field last season, not us. All we did was tune in and support game after game after bet. Now, we did have some close games. TCU, we blew it. Georgia Tech, we blew it. We beat Delaware State. We beat Wyoming. Whip-de-doo. We'll talk. We beat Delaware State, Wyoming, and Arizona, bro. Whip-de-doo. We were supposed to beat them. Real talk. I ain't going to hold you, bro. We were supposed to beat them. That's a fact. So we don't get no kudos after we put real belt on Utah in 2024. We put real belt on Texas Tech, bro. You feel me? Like, we don't get no kudo points for that. We going 10-2, bucket, skull, bust. Come on now. Appreciate everybody being in here. If you can run them likes up, bro. Really appreciate it. We going to talk about it today. If you can hype the video, hit the thumbs up button. We'll really appreciate it. If not, say no more. It ain't the first time nobody ain't hit the like button. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Say no more. You don't hit the like button. It is what it is. Say no more. We still got to keep it moving, right? I still appreciate y'all being here. Why Boo look like a young LeVar Arrington? That's crazy. He got no neck. Boo look like he ready to put pure belt, bruh. Facts. Oh, y'all talking about Macheski? Yeah, they're like, yeah, I still watch 0 to 60, bro. I think he understands. He got NFL experience. He been there, done that. He just one of them CU guys who understands once Coach Prime leaves, they're still the Colorado guys who's been there that gonna be there once the program leaves. He's one of those Colorado natives who understand like he gonna be a CU fan whether Prime's there or not. I ain't. That's the truth. I keep it real on my channel. I came over with Prime in there. Let's just keep it real. He's one of them guys who he went there. That's his alma mater. Colorado. He works with kids locally there. So I get his angle. You feel me? I get his angle. And do I feel like there should be more Colorado people representing Colorado? Yeah, I should. Yeah, because they gonna go way harder because everybody go harder for the crib. I mean, y'all got it's more pride. It's like you playing for your section. Like, of course, Colorado kids, they dream to play for Colorado. Of course, you want them on the roster. But I'm hearing that they getting that together. So hopefully that gets put together. But it is what it is. Like, I don't even want to get too deep in and out or whatever. But I support all those channels out there. But everybody has a point. Everybody has a point to make. He's more of those like he wanted them defensive line, old lineman, dirt. Like he wanted them old school, gritty. He was part of them programs when they were trash, and he was part of them programs where it was good. And he did make it to the NFL, and he does train a lot of players out there. But I don't agree with everything everybody says, though, and that's okay. I ain't going to agree with what everybody says. Everybody ain't going to agree with what I say. It is what it is. You feel me? What up? What up, Tino Jenkins? I appreciate everybody. Robbie J. Matt has 0 tag. I like his spirit and passion, but he can't control his temper. Yeah, bro. He be going bad on his co-host, too. I be weak, bro. I ain't going to hold you. But even last season, y'all seen it? This is what losing season does, even to the Colorado supporting channels. It starts getting people are going against him. He ain't on the same page. I was like, bro, what happened? I enjoyed watching all those channels because everybody was on the same page. It was about Colorado. It just started getting into like, he needs to do this and this happened because he didn't do this. It just turned into the blame game. Everybody blaming about what happened, bro. The truth of the matter is a lot of the pieces of the puzzle was why stuff didn't go right last season. So that's why this season is so important, bro. This season is probably one of the most important seasons we got, not because of like you can't give a program, bro. Colorado was 1-12 before we got there. The bottom of the Pac-12. Trash. You feel me? They was trash. And then they was never on national television. They was never getting no coverage like that. They weren't. But when you give a fan base and you give a city like Boulder hope, then now everybody wants to live off that high again. Everybody wants to get back to that season, that standard that we set. You feel me? Uh-oh. We gonna keep it clean in here. We don't leave that for their channel, bro. You already know what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna support everybody out there, but I'm not gonna agree with everybody out there. I'm gonna leave it like that. Same thing with my channel. Something that come out of my mouth, you can agree, disagree, grown man, grown woman, move on. We ain't gotta agree with everybody. That's the problem. Everybody, you ain't gotta agree. Sometimes your perspective helps me get better. Your perspective helps me get better and move on. The problem is, us as fans, we got to realize when we were trash last season, we got to stop all this facade like we weren't poo. We got belt last season. We were not a good team. We gave up 400 yards a game, over 200 yards rushing, over 200 yards passing a game. We only averaged 20 points a game in the Big 12. Trash, Bubba Dub points. And I'm a fan of Colorado. But I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep it real. When we up, we up. When we down, we down. Now, what are we going to do to fix it, bro? What are we going to do to fix it? I'm sorry. My bad, bro. I'm sorry. But what are we going to do to fix it? I ain't the channel to just be over here saying everything all right, everything going to be okay. You just got to believe. I believe last year, and we went 3-9 and 1-8 and got belt. Real talk, bro. So in order to get better, you got to sit down, take accountability. Prime already did it. He said, that's on me. He already made the changes. Now it's time to go put belt on the Big 12. No more getting belt, bro. I can't take it no more, bro. I really can't take it no more, bro. I cannot. That's it. I'm done. Cut the show if we get belt this season. And I'm not saying we're going to get belt this season. But if we do, that's it. Cut the show. I'm done, bro. Like, ain't no way. Because we hands-on this season. We brought in the eyes. I am following this defensive coordinator situation because I wouldn't mind a new coordinator. If we don't have the pieces to run that 4-2-5 that Livingston needs to run, bring on a new coordinator. Come on, let's get it. I'm with anything to win, bro. Straight up. As long as we do it fast, with character, discipline, all that. You have to take it. What else you going to do? Pause. That was crazy. Coach Prime just laughs at all the people hating on because he's like, yeah, it's all good, bro. All that is cool. Yeah, support all them brothers, bro. All that's cool. But here you going to get the facts. Now, that's all I'm going to say. Would I have loved to kept Jordan Seaton? Absolutely. Do I feel like we got anybody who's better than Seaton? Maybe. Possibly. Seaton got an NFL grade, though. Of course I would have wanted to keep him. I wanted to keep Colton Hood. I wanted to keep Nakai Hill-Green. I wanted to keep a lot of people that would have made our team better last season. It sucked watching them guys walk. Whether it was whatever the reason why, that's none of my business. I'm not in there. They got to deal with the agents, with the university. You feel me? But would I want to have kept Omarion Miller to add to this group? Yep. Would I want Taufik Bayard in this room with us? Yep. Do I want Taufik Bayard with Boo Carter, with Randon Fontenette? Yep. Do I want London Merritt and Alexander McPhilson? Yep. I do. It sucks to watch good people leave in the portal. It does, especially starters, because then you're banking on everybody to come in and prove it, but it's not a guarantee. And I said that before, bro, and I caught a lot of slack for this, and I don't care because I'm a realist and I understand college sports. If it was so easy to just replace players, bro, this is me personally. If it's that easy, how do you go 3-9 and 1-8 if it's that easy to he gone? Don't worry, we got this coming in. He out the door, don't worry, he coming in. No, it's not that easy. You got to have the right scheme. You got to have the right fit. You got to have the right attitude. You got to have the right players. You got to have the right motivation, all of that. It's not that easy to just replace people. Otherwise, why do we go 3-9 and 1-8? Come on, bro. I'm not going to sit here and agree with none of that. I'm going to keep it real on my channel, bro, because that's what we have a voice for. No, it's not that easy. Yeah, it sucks to lose great. Yeah, I want my returners to return. Do I understand the business? Yeah. Do I understand it's a business? Yeah. There ain't. Yeah, people are gonna leave in the portal. They want it. They gotta want to get paid. They want to get better schemes, all that. But I don't believe everybody leaves because they want to get money. Neither. Some players are off your scheme. Some players don't like the way you caught the people you put out there. They think got belt. They should have been playing. They were like, I'm out. I ain't dealing with it. That's real talk, bro. That's happening around college football everywhere. Colorado ain't the exception. A lot of stuff don't go right. A lot of stuff people get wrong. You got to take accountability and move on. You can't be afraid to call people out where they have their shortcomings neither. Because you got to celebrate people when they do good, but you got to be able to tell people, nah, bro, he shouldn't have been starting. Martavius French should not have been starting over Jeremiah Brown, bro. I ain't going to hold you. Nah. Slaughter should have been in the game a long time ago. Slaughter should have been in the game a long time ago. He was showing it in practice, bro. I watched all that. He was making plays in practice. Ben, I love Ben, bro. I love him, but I understand there might be other things that go into like starters, like how much film they watch. He might not have been putting in the amount of time he needs to watch film on like the tablet or whatever. You know what I mean? Different reason, but we got to get that right this season. The 11 we put on defense better be the 11 that's going to go out there and handle business. Real talk. We don't have time to be making no adjustments no more. We need clear answers. We need clear direction in 2026, bro. Our running game, I honestly I feel like who we lost was better than who we got in. That's my personal opinion. I feel like Dallin Hayden is better than Jaquil Smith. Real talk, bro. Dallin Hayden came over from Ohio State. He's better than Jaquil Smith to me. That's a real talk. I feel like our running back room, we lost some key pieces. I think Simeon Price and Damian Henderson, it's a toss-up. Simeon Price was nice with it when he played last season, bro. You feel me? I'm just going to keep it real. The receiving room, I don't even feel like this receiving room is better than 2025's receiving room. Debate me, right? Let's talk about it. Travis Hunter, Will Shepard, LeJontay Wester, Jimmy Horn Jr., DeAndre Moore Jr., Joseph Williams, Cam Perry, Danny Scudero, Quentin Gibson. Boy, you crazy. You crazy. Give me Travis. Facts. Give me LeJontay. Facts. Give me Jimmy. Not saying it's the comparison, but I'm saying names alone. Now I'm just saying I look at stuff like that. I keep it real. Is this group better than this group on paper? Looking at it from now, I'm not saying that they can't get out there and get busy because I think we did good in the portal. Do I think that they gonna go out? Do I think that group is better than the group? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I know the linebacking group. I love our linebackers, bro, because ESPN, Gideon, Tyler Martinez, but I also seen the Nakai Hill Greens and Levante Bentley. Them was grown men, graduated. Them was grown men, bro. You feel me? So that's the type. When you go back and look at the times we were successful, we had those that we had like the Kirk Cignetti Indiana approach. We had upperclassmen who probably didn't even. I think Levante Bentley was already a graduate student. All he had to do was lift and play football. He didn't have to worry about school. I want to say Nakai Hill Green was already, he was like on his third or fourth team, right? He was already an upperclassman as well. We had a lot of upperclassmen who were just seasoned. They were, you feel me? They was ready to ball. So Colton Hood last season went crazy at Tennessee. I did my first video on, I did like my fourth video on Colton Hood. Like, he should have been starting that first year. Like, every time he got in the game, he made plays. But these are the things we have to deal with. We understand the reason why he left. He did what he had to do. The Colorado supported him like they always gonna do. Hey, go be great. He went and was great. He went and was great. So everybody who's saying like Colorado doesn't get coached up, I don't know how Colton Hood goes to Tennessee in the SEC and makes second team all SEC if they don't know anything about corner at Colorado. That's crazy. That boy about to be he got a first round grade, bro. Colton Hood got a first round grade on him. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it, bro. Colton Hood got a first round grade, early second round grade, max. You feel me? That's what's expected for Byard to go do. That's what's expected for Seaton and Omarion Miller and them boys to go do. They're expected to go do what Colton Hood do. And best of luck to him. Best of luck. And who are we to say that Coach Prime and them already didn't give them the best of luck too? I don't think they left on bad terms. Now, maybe Seaton. I ain't gonna hold you. The way Seaton ended, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Seaton might have been the only one that just like we thought we really had him coming back. I think he might have been the one that took us by surprise. I think everybody else was like, we understood, like, and they were encouraged, like, yeah, bro, if they gonna pay you more and you feel like what's best for you, you'd pay, just go do what you do. But I think Seaton might have been the one that was like, come on, dog. Like, come on, dog. But I feel like I feel like he put Colorado, I'm gonna say allegedly, he might have put them in a tough position, like 6, 7, 8 million, 4 million. Boy, you better go get that money. I ain't got it for you. I ain't got it. We ain't got it. We can't pay you that money and can build our roster. We can't afford it. But I feel like Seaton's agent, they knew what they were doing. At least you could say you tried, right? At least you could say you gave them an opportunity to pay 4, 5, 6 million. You knew damn well we couldn't afford that, bruh. For sure. You knew damn well we couldn't afford to keep that. That's crazy. So, Kirk Cignetti, Indiana approach it is. FCS, older players with production. So, that's why I feel like the younger players are literally like the freshmen, sophomores are literally going to have to be elite, standout, because we just seen what Indiana did to Miami, made them look like little boys because they 25, 26, 24. I don't care what team you talking about, bro. 24, 25, 26-year-olds better put belt on 18, 19, 20-year-olds. In high school, if the varsity team plays a freshman team, should they win? They should win, right? If you're in college and you got players who are high caliber players who are supposed to be on their first, second year in the league, they better beat 18, 19, 20-year-olds. So that's why I feel like we're headed to our 2026 season. They're going to have to do their dance for sure. Now, with the new defensive backs coach, with the cornerbacks coach, I feel like all of that literally depends on the scheme that Coach Prime wants to get to. Prime wants to get back to being physical, press corners, rerouting the wide receivers, and let our defensive line. We need three down linemen that can go get after the quarterback. That way, we need 3 to 4 down linemen who can go get after the quarterback, and our corners going to run man, press coverage, and get hands on folks. Hood tried to use his position to leverage a scholarship offer for his younger brothers. If that's true, come here. Double dub verse. Brandon Hood, come here. To keep Colton Hood, he was the best corner returning, better than DJ McKinney, hands down. DJ McKinney was hyped, but hey, DJ McKinney. Now I don't talk about players like that. My bad, bro. These are young kids that are doing it. I ain't gonna talk about them. But DJ McKinney is a better second corner than he is a number 1 corner. Colton Hood is a number 1 corner. He could go take on your best man, take on the challenge. He liked that. We could have had McKinney and Hood, and then Hood could have been, and then McKinney could have been that second corner taking on the second elite receiver, not the first receiver, because when he took on the first receiver, Bell. Keeping it real. Keeping it facts. I should have never let Colton Hood. Nah, we should have never let Colton Hood leave, bro. I don't know. I haven't. Me personally, I made a video on Colton Hood. Like, bro, he really liked that as a red shirt freshman. He was really, every time he got the ball. Only reason why he didn't have multiple return touchdowns because he fell on his own every single time. And I don't even know. Colton, there's certain players, right? There's certain players you get in your locker room. There's certain players you get that believe in themselves, even when you don't believe in them, bro. And that's who Colton Hood is. Because he said, all right, cool. Y'all don't believe me? Watch this. But not to say they don't believe me. We can't come on the same page. We can't agree on whatever we're going to agree on. I know I'm like that. I'm finna go to the SEC, go crazy, and then now I'm a first-round pick. How many first-round picks y'all got this year? Facts. None. Zero. We got nobody getting drafted this year. I keep it 100 on here. Nobody is getting touched. Undrafted, yes. Camp invites, yes. Rookie invites, yes. Drafted, no way, Jose. You can put a period at the end of that. Not one. Tough. And I'm a Colorado fan, but that's tough, bro. We aren't. Ain't nobody getting drafted this year. I mean, let me see. What was his name? Preston Hodge, 2-4, or number 4. Xavier Hill, Sincere Brown, Caden Salters, probably just because his arm talent alone, he'll get an invite. I mean, we got the Colorado Pro Day coming up in a few months too. We definitely gonna cover that. But even to this point, bro, last season I was covering the Shrine Bowl. We had Jimmy at the Shrine Bowl. We had Shiloh at the Shrine Bowl. We had Cameron Silman Craig at the Shrine Bowl. We had BJ Green up there like the Hula Bowl, whatever it is. We had Justin Myers at another bowl. Prime flew to Hawaii to go visit all his players who were at like the Hula Bowl or whatever. I think our defensive tackle, Block Bully. This year, we just seen the Senior Bowl come and go. And of course, Travis Hunter was invited to all that. The Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, turned it down. Shador showed up to the Shrine Bowl, didn't participate because he was projected to be a top 10 pick at the time. But LaJohntay Wester went to the Shrine Bowl. Jimmy, Will Shepherd. Who went this year? This keeping it real. Who went? Nobody. It was tough, bro. I mean, they got a uphill climb. Like, best of luck to them young men. Best of luck to their brothers. Go pursue your career or whatever. But the eyes, they said, nah, not one of y'all coming up here this year. Not one. Not one got up there. I'm not letting any one player control my team. I don't think many people on here actually understand why Colton Hood left. Yeah. Nah, he stood on business from what I'm hearing too as well. Yeah, I feel like now I wasn't in the room particularly. I'm hearing from other stories, but yeah, that's a solid fact, especially if you believe in yourself. I'm out. I'm gone. It wasn't because he couldn't play. That's a fact. Our corners were getting belt this year. So I don't know in the chat if there's any discussion like Colton Hood left because he wasn't going to be a starter. Cap. He was the best corner we had on the team. Him and Travis were the best corners we had. He's better than every corner we had last season. Colton Hood, seatbelt, and he come up on the run. But whatever reason, they couldn't get it worked out. He cut, and now he about to be in the league. Salute to that brother. Salute to him, bro. Go be great. Some things work better. You understand? It's a business transaction now too. Like, go be great. And I don't feel all the time that people leave on bad terms too, because I don't want to put that narrative out that every player leaves Colorado on bad terms. I feel some players are like, go do what you got to do, bro. Same way Coach Prime shut Juju down, like, bro, save your reserve. And he does care about the players. I ain't gonna say, do they agree all the time? Do they agree with money? You got to think about it. There might have been certain players that might wanted to get paid more than Prime, like Cameron Silman Craig came over from Jackson State. He taking a pay cut. Ain't no way I'm finna pay you more than what I would have paid Cameron Silman Craig. And he stand on business. Allegedly. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that happens. You feel me? If his coach said Brandon ain't it, he puts him on scholarship because Big Bro said. Brandon was cooking in practice too though. Like I said, that I don't know what the ins and out was there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. At the end of the day, they left though. At the end of the day, both of them dipped. They cut. Yep. Yep. Now, yeah, last season is last season, bro. I don't want to keep that narrative going from last season because I truly believe we got something special this year. But I also understand the implications of this season and what it's gonna be. We got to come out strong. Like that strength of schedule, Georgia Tech got to be a dub. Weber State got to be a blowout. We got to put 60. Y'all be seeing them college football games where teams put 70 and 60 and 80. That's how we get ranked. We got to get ranked this season, bro. What are we talking about? We got to get back to that top 25. We was ranked. We broke the rankings in 2023 and 2024. We cracked the top 25. We didn't sniff the top 25 last season. No way, not even close. Huh. So if we can get Georgia Tech, Weber State, Baylor, that's 4-0 right there. Then Texas Tech, we go 4-1 and head into the bye week. I'll take it. I'll take it. Not gonna happen this fall. It's a brand new team. Yeah, nah, absolutely. We working. It's all for me, bro. I'm not worried about the skill players, bro, because I understand the system that the go-go offense is. It's a collective. It's not one dynamic player. It's not two dynamic players. It's not Travis Hunter carrying us. It's not Shador and Travis carrying us. This is gonna be a complete collective. You're gonna see everybody eating. Everybody gonna eat in the go-go offense. So that's why I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about the trenches. I'm worried about D-line. I'm worried about us being able to dominate the offensive line in the Big 12. That's the group if we win there, we should win the Big 12 championship. We should win the Big 12 championship. I'm not worried about our skill players. Danny Scudero, hoop. Cam Perry, hoop. DeAndre Moore, hoop. Quentin Gibson, hoop. Joseph Williams, hoop. Our running backs, hoop. Our offense is legit. We gonna put up points, bro. Juju ready. He ready. Our offense is ready. I'm worried about our defense, bro. I'm worried about them big boys. And then we got to have depth because injuries do happen. That's what plagued us last season, too. The injuries do happen. You do have to, the next man up, we can't have a significant drop off. And our corners, and our secondary, too. We got our corners got to get back to being, if you're going to be at Colorado playing for Coach Prime Deion Sanders, bro, our identity should be cover zero, strap season. What's up? Roll it out. That's what Prime did, and that's what corners that come to Colorado should represent. We should be able to roll two corners out, and our safety should be able to run. They should be able to help. They should be able to help our nickels. We shouldn't have to worry about our corners. Our corners should take away each side of their field. That's what builds a great defense. Don't talk this Big 12 champ. That's not 4-0. Every team is buying the mercenaries. What are you talking about? You're playing a tough schedule. Oh, yeah, no, for sure, motivated. That's why I got it up here, bro. I'm a realist. We got a tough schedule because right after this is Texas Tech. So realistically, if we can go 3-2, because I feel like here's another thing for you, motivated though. Georgia Tech don't have their quarterback from last season. They don't have Haynes King, bro. They got Mendoza's little brother. I'm not worried about him like that. Now, Haynes King returning for another year. Haynes King beat us by himself. Georgia Tech, we should beat Georgia Tech. We should put belt on Weber State. We should put belt on Northwestern. Baylor should be a close game. And then Texas Tech. So 4-1. But Georgia Tech, their defense is revamped, though. I ain't going to hold you. A lot of their players are returning on defense. Offensively, though, you lose an ACC player of the year, the quarterback who's going to the NFL. Come on, bro. He was the reason he ran for 156 and 3 touchdowns on us last season and threw for like another 150 in a tug. So they ain't got that this year. I don't think they got another quarterback like Haynes King. So we can beat Georgia Tech. We can beat them. Even I see what we did, but we still could have beat Georgia Tech, bro. We created 3 turnovers in the first half. We just didn't score. We are, and that was with Haynes King. We that was with Haynes King. You feel me? So yeah, I know Georgia Tech. They had good offensive line last year. It was still close. We still was right there with them, and we created 3 turnovers. So yeah, I feel like we can get Tech this year. Without Haynes King, we putting belt on Georgia Tech, bro. With Haynes King, I'm worried. Without Haynes King, I ain't worried about Georgia Tech. I know they do got Justice Haynes, and they got their running back. Y'all not beating Tech in Atlanta. All right, we gonna jump back. We gonna jump back in here, bro. We gonna. I want to pin your comment. We gonna come back to this. We gonna watch it live, bro. They did get they revamped though, and I did do a scouting report on Georgia Tech. A lot of the players they sent off in the portal did go to a lot of power. They like the Floridas, the Alabamas, the Georgia. So they got elite. They had elite talent going out. Now I'm gonna keep it real on this channel. I ain't gonna be delusional. I'm not a delusional channel. They lost players in the portal and got picked up by Power 5 schools like Georgia, Florida, powerhouses in the SEC, and then some of the players they got coming in. That is true. It is true. But they ain't got Haynes King, no, big bro. They ain't got Haynes King, big bro. They ain't got Haynes King, bro. I feel like we can get him without Haynes King. But yeah, you talking like we have Shador and Travis in the roster. We aren't even sure what defensive scheme we are going to have because football is not based on offense. Yeah, it's run on defense for sure. Yep, but that's a turnover for a lot of teams this year too. A lot of teams players left in the portal too. We're not the only one that's revamping, but I'm gonna keep it real on this channel too. Better teams did get better players than us too, and we're able to afford to get better players in the portal. That's the truth. I'm gonna keep it real. We gotta come out and represent. You see the schedule they gave us. They didn't give us the strength of schedule. They got us starting out 3 or 4 on the road. They ain't looking out. It ain't like the Big 12 is looking out for us at all. They ain't tripping. Look at this, bro. We play 11 power opponents this year. 2 Power 4 non-conference road games. They ain't let up at early season travel grind. Big. They trying to bury us, bro. Come on, look at the schedule. This is like, all right, y'all, we going to see what y'all made of right here. Because we didn't play last season. We got to skip out on the Texas Tech. Who else we didn't play? We played BYU. We played Houston. We didn't get Cincinnati last season. We got to skip Cincinnati. Arizona, Utah. Yeah. 11 Power 4 opponents, 2 Power 4 non-conference road games. We got to be on the Grizzly. We hit the road. And then think about it. Them road games we playing is them good weather games we could have in Boulder. That's that good weather games. Those are those first games where it ain't freezing. Then we got to come back. So that's the thing. That's why I don't like how they did our schedule, bro. They got our schedule to where all our good weather games that we could play in Boulder, we got to go on the road. Now, it should be some nice weather going to the place. Like Atlanta should be cool, depending on where this ice storm ends up being, bro. If this ice storm slows down, but by that time, we should be good. We already got like Sports Illustrated projecting 5-7 win total. You know what I mean? But this early season grind on the road, yeah, say no more, bro. Georgia Tech. Then we get Weber State at home. Then we go to Northwestern. Then we at Baylor. Then we got Texas Tech bye week, Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Houston. Every player that played the game is gone. Yeah, they out of here. Brand new team, going to take 4 games to jail. Yeah, we got to do a lot of building in the offseason for sure. Now, we got some hungry players, but I'm going to keep it real, though. We deserve all this criticism, though, guys. Like, let's just keep it real. We can be hyped for our team. We can be motivated for our team. Right now, everybody get to do their dance and get to talk because of what we produced last season. When you go 3-9, 1-8, now we got to have a drastic change to really be able to pop it. It all depends on Georgia Tech. That's why I said we come out and we put belt on Georgia Tech. Now we can pop it. We come out, we get belt against Georgia Tech. We're going to have to go through another week of people saying, see, all that portal, all that we here, all that skull bust. Like, Winning trumps all that. Week 1, Georgia Tech. But in the meantime, in between time, we getting ready to put belt. What? We getting ready to put belt. And Julian Lewis, bro, he's only a freshman, but the bringing along Wilson and bringing along Ponder is important, bro, because if something happened to Juju, we need to be able to keep clicking. That's why I feel like this season we're going to depend on the run game, and we're really going to run the ball, bro. So I don't want us to have unrealistic expectations for the passing game, too. I made a video on this. As soon as I seen Brennan Marion was coming back, go look up Sacramento State's offense. They run the ball, bro. We run the ball. We're going to run the ball this year, and we need to. That's going to help Julian Lewis. We don't need Julian Lewis going out there trying to throw the ball 36, 37 times a game. Everything opens up when you are running the ball down the opponent's throat. Pause. Everything works from that. Yeah, Juju should have started last year, bro, for sure. I feel like for sure. I don't even want to get back on that, bro. That was crazy what happened last year. We tried everything, bro. We tried everything possible. And now, as fans, we got to hold that. We got to stay down, chin up, and we deserve everything we getting talked about right now. And how we change that is we come out in 2026 and we put belt. But in the meantime, we earned all this. We earned all this criticism because of what was produced on the field. The headlines are one thing. What's produced on the field is another thing. They came out, bruh, and put belt on us and said, y'all ain't like that. That's what happened last season. Facts. They came out there and whooped us, and some of us was great. Some of us took their starters out in the fourth quarter. They took their starters out in the fourth. They showed mercy on us last year. Facts. They showed mercy on us, bruh. I got to keep it real. That's one thing I do. I got to keep it real. Some of them coaches who have a lot of respect for Prime, who got a lot of respect, they didn't run it up. They dialed it back. They started running the ball and running the clock out. They showed mercy on us, bro. That's crazy where I don't want nobody showing no mercy on my team, bro. Don't show no mercy, bro. My team like that. No, they show mercy on us. Go back and look at them blowouts, bro. I think who was really trying to run it up on us, they was out of pocket, though. I think it was Utah, bro. I think Utah wasn't going. When they put 52 on us, they was trying to go crazy. Arizona dialed it back. Arizona State dialed it back. Utah was trying to make a statement, though, for sure. They left their starters in. Oh, absolutely, bro. And for a true freshman running back in the Big 12 where all the teams are – every team gives their best when they play Colorado, right? They circle us on the schedule. It is what it is, bro. They want to make a statement. They want to come in there. What they be doing now? What they be doing now to the youngsters? They want to – y'all ain't like that. They want to do that. So it's on us to stand on business. We got to stand on business or we look crazy. Juju, I appreciate everybody being in here too, bro. If y'all can hit the thumbs up, really appreciate it. We need to be heavy on the run defense first game. Georgia Tech running back came from Michigan. Yeah, and they got who's returning number 8, number 4. Yeah, they got some nice running backs over there. And they got a nice receiving core too. That's why I ain't taking nothing away from Georgia Tech other than they don't have Haynes King. So we should be able to get after Mendoza's little brother or whoever is going to be the starting quarterback there. You feel me? But Georgia Tech's quarterback loves to bring pressure, though, too, bro. He loves to bring pressure. Now I want to go back and look at that. Hold on real quick. I want to take a look at DNVR Sports. They talked about this earlier, too. I want to see what they had to say. Let's see what they had to say earlier. We're going to do a live reaction to DNVR. They talked about the transfer portal, Livingston. Let's see what these guys had to say earlier, too. Get off this screen real quick. Let me see what these guys had to say.
Usual, as always. Legend. All right, let's talk about it. Ezra Christensen, out of nowhere last night, the school just tweets out that he's signed. Are we in the clear?
Subscribe is how you stop explaining these.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I ain't gonna hold you. That pause. Hey, let me get off this screen, bro. That looks wicked. Come on, bro. Not even gonna hold you. That looks easy. Let me get off this screen real quick. My bad, bro. Don't hold me on that one. That looked crazy. New Breed, what up? New Breed, what's the word? Appreciate everybody being in here. I'm trying to go back and find the when I did the, let me see more. important. I did that. That's not it. Damn, I did all these. I forgot. January 10th. Let's see. What's this? Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Let me go back and forth. Nope, that's not it either. Fuck. Hold on. Anyways, I'll just share this real quick. Belt season's on the way. I think that's a good place to leave it right there. Juju will have to run mini quarterback keepers up the middle for the key opening. Yeah, hey, that's a great point, bro. That is a great point because if you look at Sacramento State's quarterback last season, if y'all won't, these are always available. I'm just saying, belt season 2026, bro. If you don't believe it, it's on the way, bro. Say no more. Belt 2026. But that's a great point, Dregs. That's Ezra is part of the lawsuit. Yeah. Ezra's trying to get his eligibility back, but keep it real with you. If Juju is a part of that RPO, if he is a run threat, it even makes the go-go offense more less you can't key in more on the player. So he's gonna tweak it. So if you know Brennan Marion, you've been following him, he's gonna tweak it game to game. We're not gonna see the exact same formations, the exact same players. We're not gonna see the exact same none of that as we go case by case. You feel me? So yeah, I think that's a good place to end it tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow. Hey, what time everybody be up in the morning? If I was to do something in the morning, is 12 or 1 p.m. cool? Or should we come on earlier, like 8, 9 in the morning? What's a good time? Like, I was trying to get a poll real quick to see. Pause. What's a good time to come on in the morning, bro? Because right now I do 12 in the afternoon and like 6:30. But what time y'all be up in the morning? What time y'all be up on here? Because I'm trying to keep it lit with y'all. What's a good time to come on in the morning? If we did a morning show, what's a good time? Noon is good. Oh, yeah, noon. Yeah, ain't no telling. A lot of us probably keep it lit at night. Ain't no telling what we got going on when the stream ends. You feel me? Appreciate it. But today was just basically about, number one, we put in belt this season. Belt season 2026. Say no more. These are already on the way. I got 2X, 1X small. If you're interested, I have the Shopify account that's on the way. But if you don't want to wait on the Shopify, you can just reach out to me on my emails, on my business emails on there. If you want to tap in with some of those. The channel memberships are available. We can do some membership only chats or whatever, members only videos, all that. So the memberships are open if you want to join, or if you just want to support the channel, bro, that's available too. But I'll be back on tomorrow at 12 at noon. I look forward to seeing everybody over there. Tonight was a good stream, bro. I appreciate everybody. Say no more. We out.